Hello, this is Neil from iPaintGirls.com, and we're continuing here working on Lara Croft or Lara Croft, and she's coming along pretty good. You can see, once you have all these different elements, the shading and the highlight layers, it all just kind of comes together and really adds, a lot of dimension. It looks like, wow, that's really complicated, but when you do it step by step like we have done, then this isn't all that complicated. It was pretty simple. Each step was pretty simple. Each step was manageable. But if you just look at this end result, like just this face right here, and didn't know how I accomplished it, you might be like, wow, that looks really difficult and really hard to do. I mean, you think like if you try to like just paint this as in drawing techniques, I'm just going to paint a little bit here, a little bit there. Yeah, you would never get this look. But when you think about in stages that, you have all these different stages here, hold on a second, there we go. So when you have all these different stages here, right, and so you have the base color, that's easy to do. No, everyone can do that. Change the line work, that's no problem. Adding that, that was easy enough. We added, we did it in stages even. We added the, you remember, you go watch the first parts of that. Then we add that, then we add that, and then we add that, and it all comes together and looks nice. So anyway, it's not too difficult when you put it down in different layers. So now we're going to do the lips really quick, and hopefully when we do the lips you don't have to like make this mistake that I made before, and hopefully you don't make the mistake that I made before. So I'm going to do first, I'm going to color the lines layer, make sure the lock transparency is set. I'm going to choose this kind of red color first for the first part of the lines. For all the outline lines, I'll worry about the inside lines in just a second. Just want to get all that done. There we go. I'm going to pick this kind of white color for those white, oops. Pick a size 5 brush, but I know that I don't actually mess that up. Now what I might even actually erase these lines and not even use them, but I just want to show they kind of look cool when you just use them like that. I'm going to pick this kind of peachy color for this inside lines for the teeth, like so. Okay, so even that just by itself looks cool, and you could just leave it there, but I'm going to take a little bit further. And I need, okay, well what we'll do then is I'm going to collapse these two things. I don't have to collapse them if I don't want to, but I'm going to get rid of both of those for a second. Select color range. I just want to select the lip color range. Okay, and notice that it's also selecting the difference in the line work because I didn't have that off too. So I'm going to try it again with the line off as well, and now we'll go to layer, color range, and this is a mistake I made last time. So now I'm not going to make that mistake. Now I'm just going to have that selection. There we go. Now I can turn my line work back on, turn these back on, and we'll start with the shading layer just like we did before. And I gotta make sure I don't have any lock on that on accident. I don't know how that got there. I must have accidentally put it there. And then I'm gonna pick this kind of darker color that I've used for out there. Pick a soft brush, and again we're kind of doing like airbrushing techniques, and we're working in layers and levels, and kind of brush it hard on that side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the light from this direction be more dominant than any other light source for the lips, because it just looks prettier than if you try to light them any other way. If you light lips from on top and the bottom's lit up, I don't know, I just think it looks funny, so I don't want to do that. They're not as sexy that way. And I'm going for, sexy lips. I don't even have to use this shadows layer. I do have to use my highlights layer. I'm going to use the dodge layer, and let's see, I'm going to pick white, actually I'm just going to pick a soft brush here, turn it down just a little bit more, turn my opacity down a bit, and my regular soft brush that I have control over with how hard I press. So just that in itself looks good, and we probably don't have to do anything else if we didn't want to. But let's go ahead and check what would happen if I pick a small brush here and fill these circles in. And what would happen if I kind of go over that with a soft size 5 brush? And I'm just going to add this kind of line almost like a glowing line and glowing around all these parts. And then if you wanted to, you can even take like a size 3 brush and you can add in the little lines. It just depends how detailed you want to get. But adding a few little lines probably does look kind of cool. And I could also add that just on the regular lines layer. Not lines layer, excuse me. The regular highlight layer. So now her lips look nice and like just glossy and kind of glassy, and I like that look. So that kind of cell shaded, really sexy look. View it, actual pixels, bam. That's like I don't know, Jessica Alba lips or something. Pretty nice. See, the teeth look pretty good just like that. I probably don't even have to do them, but see, bring it back. I am going to do the groups and then the line work again, and this time I'm going to go to select color range and just do the teeth color range. Now I have just the selection around that. I can turn these other layers back on, zoom in. I'll start with the shadow layer, and I'm just going to add a little bit of like this kind of skin color. Maybe even maybe I should even do a kind of a bluish gray, almost, just a bit, just to add a little bit of, go over that, and then I'll add just a little bit of darker shadow, almost like the same way you do for your eyes. And then maybe add a little bit of that peachy color back in there. And then maybe I'll go to color dodge layer and just, that was way too much. I need a control, oops, wrong layer. There we go, just kind of control a little bit of the shine to the teeth. Good, good. Unselect that. File, save. Alright, so now I'm going to go in and do the eyes, and then I'm going to do the hair, but we'll do it on a, if I have any time left, I'm going to actually just come back with a different video for the hair. And on the website, I'm actually going to label it, the parts as like introduction, and then, skin, hair, cloth, gadgets, background. That way people can just, if they like, I'm already confident I know how to do skin, but I just want to see what his hair technique is like, then they can just click on that for the hair technique. And this video will probably be like called lips and eyes, whatever, on the website. So again, go ahead, and I'm actually going to get rid of that up there. If I can pull this higher, and then I can get rid of, see the different things there. For all that's visible is this layer. Let's see, I'm going to go to color range. Actually, I don't think I need to do that, all of that. I'm just going to turn all these back on. I'm going to go to the base colors. I'm going to pick this kind of blue. I don't even know what color Lara Croft, what color eyes she has. I've played the game a lot, but I don't know what color eyes she has. You notice that it's not really, I forgot to turn my opacity up. That's the problem there. I probably don't really have to do much for the eyes since they're so tiny, and on internet sizes to view, unless I like zoom, have a, even with actual pixels. Watch, let's see here. I just want to see. Yeah, and obviously I won't have an actual pixel size on the internet, so the eyes won't really have much detail by the time they're on the internet. So I'm just gonna do some quick shading on the top. I'm gonna use crisp lines the whole time. I'm not even gonna worry about, maybe kind of pull that side in there just a little bit like that, and maybe use color dodge and turn the opacity down a bit, and maybe just Just a couple little things like around the iris or whatever. There we go. So that's it for the eyes. That makes them look nice and glossy. Save. Okay, so that's it for this part. The next sections we'll work on the hair and eyebrows. Hair is sometimes kind of complicated, and there's a lot of different techniques you can use to do hair. And I think I'm going to do a kind of cool cell shade look, and to match everything else with the hair, and we'll gradients and stuff, and then add some cool highlights and everything. So it's cool. We're stay using these same layers. What's cool about this technique is you then can go back through each individual part using this technique here, just using these layers. We don't need more layers than this. And then once we get close to the end, then we can maybe collapse everything and then add a couple more layers and final adjustments and stuff with adjustment layers. So okay, come back for the next part.